Hey folks, Fernando doing another video for the More Survivalists, and today I want to talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and some of the things I've seen in the Russell Brand video. Why is no one talking about this regarding cryptocurrency and how the governments around the world are trying to control and regulate it, of course, for their own profit. Now, before I go on, I want to thank everyone that left the review I was asking for the More Survival Manual. Surviving the Economic Collapse already passed that 1,000 review mark. So much appreciation. Thank you for taking the time and leaving those reviews. It's great to have reached that milestone of 1,000 reviews. I think it's 1,001 now. So thank you very much. Of course, if you're interested in financial preparedness, survival, yeah, this is probably something you want to check out. The links are there below. Also, I leave in all my videos the link for Coinbase. If you're interested in cryptocurrency, my advice is use Coinbase, which is what I've been using for several years now and what I trust the most, because it is by far the largest and most it's the safest and largest company for buying cryptocurrency. Keep in mind, it's not as safe as moving it from the account that you have in Coinbase, which is what most people do, moving it out of there and keeping it in your own private wallet, which is what you should be doing. Now, as I always say, don't invest any of this that you're not willing to lose. But if you want to put $100, use the link below. You'll actually get $110 worth of Bitcoin, which is what I recommend buying, and you'll keep track of it. You'll get the app so as to see how easy it is to move around, buy, sell. That's something that you actually need to try out. But if you want to give it a go, see what all of this is about. Coinbase, $100. It's the best way to go about it. You will get 110 if you buy 100, and because of the referral link, I'll get $10 as well. Both win, so that's always nice. Anyway, some of the things I see Russell Brand missing, which he admits himself, he's not an expert on any of this. He says this quite clearly himself. I understand barely enough so as to feel comfortable and make these videos and recommend, make some recommendations for people interested in this. But what I saw him missing is some key points. What I saw the lady from the World Government Forum that is trying to regulate all of this, she clearly doesn't understand this herself either, but they're still trying to control it nonetheless. It can be quite complex. I mean, talking about this with my son, who helped me quite a bit. He studies software engineering, so he knows quite a bit about this. He made his own cryptocurrency. He says it's super easy to make it. Yeah, sure. It's easy when you know it, right? But for the rest of us, not so much. It's quite complex, but there's certain things that you should know. First, number one would be the idea of how you're going to be regulating, banning, and controlling cryptocurrencies. You can do that with certain cryptocurrencies, not all of them. If you look at Bitcoin, you cannot regulate, ban Bitcoin. I mean, you can ban it. You can ban people from owning it. It would be legally. It would be illegal for you to own it according to the laws of a certain government. But you cannot make it impossible. It's not like you're blocking them out of the system, like with private banking or with a currency that they make themselves. If they ban Bitcoin, the only way of taking that away from you is at gunpoint or threatening you with prison. But unless you willingly give up that key, there's nothing they can do to take that away from you. So that is a key aspect. That is a very important aspect of this. Also, it's a matter of how hush you are about this and who knows about what you have. If there's no connection between you and the public key, there's nothing that they really can do about it. There's no way. This is like trying to control math. This is the best example I can give you. You can do it. You can make it illegal for me to pick up a piece of paper and do 2 + 2 = 4. But I can still do it the moment you look the other way. You cannot stop me from doing that. The same thing with Bitcoin, right? This is why they want to control it. This is why they try to destroy it at a point. And this is why once they realized, and it was explained to them that, no, my friend, you cannot control it. You can create your own cryptocurrency. And that's what governments around the world are trying to do. And that's what the video from Russell Brand was about. But you cannot remove it. You cannot make it disappear. You cannot destroy cryptocurrency. You can only make people scared of using it, but there's always going to be someone, just like when they try to ban gold in the United States, when they actually banned gold in the United States, I should say, gold still survived. Bitcoin will still survive no matter what they try to do, because there's more than enough people willing to use it. Number 2 would be another important point is you cannot lock people out. You cannot ban them. You have to understand the great importance of, and this is something that Russell Brand didn't mention at all, which is the key aspect of something like Bitcoin, which is governments cannot make it themselves. With fiat currencies, they make their own money. And when I say they, I'm talking about the elite, the richest people in the planet, who are the guys that own the private banks that emit money for the different governments. When you look at the United States is going to be emitting, it's going to be printing money. No, it's not the United States printing money, it's the Federal Reserve printing money. And the Federal Reserve, it's not federal and it's not a reserve. It's a bunch of private bankers giving themselves money and then making you pay for it. That's basically how they enslaved the entire world, which is very interesting. But yeah, but that's basically it. They control, they have the hen that lays the golden egg goose thing going on, and they want to do that same thing but in a digital version with their own cryptocurrencies, which is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin they would have to mine, and they have no intention of mining a Bitcoin and getting into a system that they don't control themselves. They're going to be scaring us, trying to control us into using what they create themselves and turning away from Bitcoin, which is sovereign, in its essence. It is something that they have no control over. So that's something that they really hate about it. That's why they try to destroy Bitcoin, saying it's only drug dealers and criminals using it. Like, cash and your own fiat currency is not used by the most evil, nasty people in the planet, who are actually the same people that end up printing it themselves, right? But yeah, again, topic for another video. Those are the main keys. You cannot be banned out of using Bitcoin if you are still willing to do it and you're not, submitted by the scare tactics. You cannot ban it. You cannot lock people out of it as long as you hold the key to it, right? Be smart about that. Make sure you do hold your own keys and it's not just left hanging, sitting in the account of even Coinbase where you got it from, right? And number 3, the key aspect of how this is just valuable, because it has to be mined to be created. It cannot be made out of thin air. It's not the same as a government or a company like Facebook coming up with their own cryptocurrency. That's really worth nothing. It's controlled, made by someone else. If it's something that is in the hands of everyone and everyone could start mining it themselves, that is completely different. Folks, it's going to be all for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me your questions if you have any of them. See you on the next one. Take care.